Hey, here's story number 2 from our Grafton Correctionals institution run. So there's another young guy that I've been training with for the last month or so and getting to know him a little bit. And he was super excited to be able to run in different parts of the prison yard. So the prison itself is surrounded by fences and razor wire and all that, but then they have different pods or different yards within the prison that are usually, kind of locked off and the inmates can't go there. So they have like the big main yard where they can all go, and then there's the rec yard. So the rec yard is where we usually do our programming when we're there on Saturdays. So it's like about a quarter of a mile around, maybe a little bit more. So that's where we usually run our loops. But for the race, they opened up not only the rec yard and the main yard, but also this other stretch behind one of the buildings. And this guy told me, he said, I've been here for 18 years, and actually I'm a lifer. He might get parole, he might not. But in the 18 years that I've been here, I've never been in that part of the prison that I'm gonna get to run in. And I'm like, wow. And he was really excited about that because it was a little taste of freedom for him. It was a little opening up of his restrictions. Now, he's there for a good reason, just like all the guys there. I'm sure there may be some guys there that are innocent, but for the most part, all the guys there did something really bad, and they're taking on the punishment, and they're accepting the punishment for that. But at the end of the day, most of these guys, even this guy that's a lifer, may get out and be our neighbor one day. So we want to help create better neighbors. This is what the warden told me when we first started this program, that he's in the business of creating better neighbors, because we want men walking out of the prison to be better neighbors, better human beings, not as angry, not as likely to be wrapped up in addiction or with mental health issues. So that's why a program like Running to Be Well is so important, because we're giving people other coping skills to, when they get out, maybe they won't go off on somebody, or maybe they won't go back to addictions. But this young man was so excited about running in that other part of the yard because he'd never done it before. Just touched me in such a way, because here we take it for granted that I can just walk out and go home and go to my family. He can't, right? He's there, he's locked in. And yet he still finds things to be content about. And that's the challenge for me, to be content with whatever I have. And I learned a good lesson the other day, many lessons on that Saturday, to be content with what I have. So I hope this helps.